This video is basically some tips on upgrading kayak seats. Everybody's got videos on how they raise their kayak seat. If your kayak seat isn't a big gigantic kayak like this, or Wilderness Systems Ride, if it's a long skinny one like this, do not raise the seat. If your kayak's a little bitty Pelican or a Sun Dolphin or a Tamarack or a Lifetime, one of those little 20-30 pound kayaks, don't do the mods you're seeing on these guys with these big fishing kayaks are doing. Just use the kayak the way you've got the kayak. When you're ready, upgrade to a bigger kayak and then do the mods on that. I see these guys, I mean, Zoffinger did a fantastic job with his, but he put out riggers on it. So, take it for what it's worth. Look at this one. This one's a pontoon. I've owned over 100 kayaks. And the only one kayak I ever raised the seat on, I flipped it and it cost me over $1,000 in electronics and gear. You know, I went out 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I got complacent. I mean, look at the stack of seats I have over there. I went through all that stack before I decided on this one. Here's another kayak. If your kayak didn't come with a raised seat, don't raise the seat. I've got 2 more under there. I got a boat there. I got another kayak over there. Another kayak under that. And there's a whole rack here. Like I said, I've owned over 100 kayaks, and I only raised the seat on one kayak. And that one kayak rolled on me and cost me over $1,000 in gear. Like I said, after I went out 5, 6, 8, 10 times on it, I got complacent. Dog leashes. Leash everything. The simple rule is leash it or lose it. But if you're going to modify your seat, modify the comfort, don't modify the height. If you want a higher seat, get a bigger kayak. You shouldn't have bought a little Sun Dolphin or a Pelican, little 10-footer. My shortest kayak is this one. It's 10.5 feet. But look how wide it is. It says a Catch 110. I'm 220 pounds. I'm 5'11", and I'm just on the verge of where I shouldn't be on this kayak. But it's so stable, I've kept it. I bought it for the sake of selling it after I used it, and saw how light it was, how comfortable it was, how well it moves around. I kept it, but I didn't have to raise the seat because it comes with a raised seat. The thing is, if you're gonna raise your seat, see, this kayak came with a raised seat. The only modification I did to this seat was I took the chair feet and I put them on the end of the bars. This is the smallest kayak I own. Is a 10.5 foot Catch 110. It's got a pedal drive in it. Oh, it's not in place. It's laying inside there. But like I said, if your kayak didn't come with a raised seat, don't raise it. I mean, look at my Wilderness Systems Ride 115 over here. It's got a built-in seat, and it's not raised. It's actually, if you look at the little sides on it, it dips down. I mean, it's an elevated seat, but it dips down. The seat I have on here is a, ocean kayak seat, but it sits inside the pan. If you look at this is a Freedom Hawk Pathfinder 14. It's made for a stadium seat. I think that was what they had in mind when they designed this. Came with that stupid little seat, but I'm never going to use that. I'm trying to help you out here. Don't make the mistake I did. If your kayak did not come with a raised seat, don't raise the seat. And if you got to raise it, just raise it like 2 inches. I see these people taking a little 10-foot Pelican or a Sun Dolphin, and they're putting the seat up above the top of the gunnels. And if you watch their video, they got 49,000 views, but you go to their channel, they don't have an on the water video, because when they put it on the water, it probably rolled over. But they're getting so many hits on their video, they're not going to take it down. So imagine a little 10-footer just like the length of that there, and then you're going to put the seat way up here. You're going to, I mean, if you don't have something like this, don't raise the seat. Even this kayak, when these things are back, I've seen people roll this kayak, and it was a guy who raised the seat. So I'm just making this video for your own good. If you don't want to lose all your gear, or if you're determined to raise your seat, go ahead. But go to Dollar Tree and buy you a dozen dog leashes and leash everything in your kayak. Put a couple of marker buoys, one in the front, one in the back, so when you roll your kayak, they'll mark where all your junk sank to. Because by the time you climb back in the kayak, even a light breeze like I have right now, you're going to be 10, 15, 20 feet away from where all your stuff actually sank. The point I was trying to make earlier about being complacent, going out a bunch of times, getting complacent, you stop tying things down, you start using cameras without their protective, water protective housings. All of my leashes, I had 6 or 8 leashes, they were hanging on the crate like this. I just looped them through, folded them over and looped them through a few times. So they were hanging on my crate. And of course, when my kayak was upside down, I flipped it over and I could see my crate right there. It was right there. Well, the problem is when you're looking at things that are in the water, they're actually further away because it's kind of like magnifying what you're seeing. So I kept reaching and reaching and reaching, and I dug and reached as far as I could. But I just watched it slowly, kind of like what's his name from Titanic. Just slowly drifted down into the abyss. That thing, that crate was, I had customized it with rod holders on it. It had two rods in it that I was trolling with. My throw net. I think I had a camera inside there. All my tackle trays. So it sank slowly because all the tackle trays had air in them. So they were holding it up, and it was slowly going down. But like I said, I got complacent. I stopped tying things down. I stopped putting waterproof things on anything, and all that happened was I reached back. You fucking little asshole. This is one of those things that makes a dog shut up and go away. Yeah. I love these things. I got 3 of them. That one's still on from this morning. What happened was I was thirsty, so I reached back. I had a little igloo like that back here. Well, not on this kayak, but the one I was in. And I just kind of turned my body to reach back to open it and grab one. But right when I turned my body, of course, the kayak, I'm putting a little weight on the kayak on this side, so the kayak was tilted just a little bit, and a small wake hit the side of my kayak and made it do this. And of course, when the kayak tilted a little bit, it surprised me, and I whipped back around. But when I whipped back around, my waist twisted the kayak a little more, and it just slowly rolled over. So everything I had in the kayak, everything I had in the crate, the ice chest, everything was out of my kayak. Not to mention all the pliers and what do you call it, boca grips and things that I had inside there. I didn't have floats on any of them. But like I said, I got complacent. Oh, I'm never gonna flip this thing. Sure enough, I flipped it. But like I said, you do what you want to do. But when you watch a video of somebody raising their seat, go to their channel and see a video of them using that seat. If they got a bunch of videos of them using it and you got the same kayak they do, go for it. If your kayak is not like theirs or not as wide as theirs, don't attempt it. Another point I wanted to make about raising your seat. You're going to raise your seat, or you'll see a video of somebody raising their seat, and if they actually do take it out to test it, there's nothing in the kayak. There's nothing. It's them, the kayak, the seat, sitting way up here, bolted with zip ties or whatever, however the heck they put it in. Well, they go out there and they test it and like, hey, this is pretty stable. That's the same stupid thing I did with mine. I took it out and I wiggled back and forth and man, this is stable. So I put my seat back in it. I put my car battery back in it. I put all my electronics in it. I put my crate and with all my jigs, which probably the crate itself probably weighed another 50 pounds. Throw net. And of course, when I rolled my kayak, all of that stuff was gone. I'm making this video for you. If you want to raise your seat, you want to do all the mods you see on YouTube, go ahead, but research it a little more than just watching one popular video. Go further down, look at some of the videos like mine that don't have a whole lot of views. I mean, I don't know, this video might be one that blows up too, but like I said, I'm not doing any mods, I'm just talking about the mods. So, raise it if you want. Good luck. Man, stop raising your kayak seats. I mean, if you got a good kayak like one of these, big kayak, hey, go for it. I actually watched a video of a guy who raised the seat in one of these, and when he had the pontoons or the outriggers back, he leaned over to one side and the whole kayak rolled on him. Hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and send me $1.